Morgan Wallen's baby mama, KT Smith, is a pretty controversial figure. Recently, she got called out for her strange new relationship, and everything that's been going on with her life will leave you speechless. Morgan and KT welcomed their son, Indy Wilder, into the world on the 10th of July, 2020, but they were rumored to be dating as far back as 2017. Eventually, they even got engaged, but then their relationship started to unravel as Morgan's career picked up pace, and unfortunately, the relationship couldn't withstand the demands of his music career, so they called it off. Now, their relationship has a pretty interesting dynamic since they're both co-parenting their son. But that doesn't mean that they can't see other people, because obviously they aren't together. When it comes to seeing other people, Katie has been doing it a lot since the birth of their son. I mean, no shade to her, but that doesn't really show stability, because all the people she gets together with get to meet her and Morgan's son, but they never stay around long enough to even matter. I guess KT's love life is her business, but since she's kind of famous, in a way, her love life is now the public's business too. And recently there's been a lot of buzz surrounding her new boyfriend. I don't mean this in a good way. Not too long ago, Katie revealed that her latest boyfriend is Luke Skornavico on social media. At first glance, there's nothing wrong there. I mean, she's a grown woman who can be with whoever she wants as long as the person is legal and consents. Then, that's actually kind of the issue here. How? Well, Katie is 28, and her boyfriend Luke is 21. Obviously, he's a legal adult, but he's closer to being compared to a teenager than a grown man. So many people have been calling Katie out for her and Luke's age difference. I mean, if we're gonna go by the American legal system, he could only start buying drinks a couple of months before they started dating. And then there's Katie, who's a full-blown adult and has a child to look after. Is he even mature enough to be with her in the first place? But as crazy as this sounds, this doesn't seem to bother Katie and Luke at all. If anything, the videos and posts on their social media account show otherwise. I mean, they've gotten so close that she has no problem leaving Luke with her and Morgan's son. And from a clip she posted of them online, it doesn't look like this is something that just started recently. This has actually led to Luke and Katie getting a lot of questions thrown their way. Questions along the line of if it's too early for her to be introducing him to her son. Many people think introducing your child shouldn't happen as soon as it did for Luke. It's a pretty huge step in any relationship, not to mention the fact that it comes with some added responsibility. But none of that matters. What really matters now is this. Is Katie really asking Luke to be a part of her son's life? Or did she make that post just so everyone could see how cute Luke is? And if she was asking him to be a part of her son's life, isn't that a little too soon for Luke? I mean, he was still a teenager when she gave birth to her son, Indy. They haven't even been dating for that long. All of this is pretty questionable, but none of it actually came as that much of a shock, because looking back at Katie's previous relationships, that seems to be the pattern now. This could really hurt her and Luke's chances for a good relationship, especially when you consider how all her previous relationships ended. Then again, all of this is kind of suspicious if you really think about it. Katie and Luke have only been dating for a couple months, yet they have no problem at all making posts about how much they love and care about each other. It's almost as if they're trying too hard to make us all believe that they're in love. And seeing how they're both influencers wouldn't be too much of a far-fetched theory, would it? Because the more people buy their story, the more attention they get. And it wouldn't be too shocking if someone was to say that they've been faking their relationship the whole time. In May 2023, Luke left his TikTok group, The Tag House, and without his group, it seems like all of his content is now about his love and relationship with Katie. My point is, there's a lot of reasons why people are questioning Luke and Katie's relationship. And get this, you guys, this isn't the first time Katie has been involved in crazy stuff like this. I could go on and on about all the scandals that she's been involved with, but then I could probably go on for hours. So I'll just talk about the biggest ones yet. Trust me when I say this isn't something anyone could have seen coming. Apparently, KT was involved with a pastor in her church. And because of this, she got kicked out of the church, and the pastor reportedly ended up getting fired. Now, what makes this story even more insane is the fact that the pastor was actually married, and KT claimed that she didn't even know he was married. I don't know about you guys, but I'll go out on a limb here and say that since the guy's a pastor, he obviously would have been wearing his wedding ring all the time. So everyone in their church definitely would have known he was married, including Katie, even though she refused to acknowledge it. And to make matters even worse, the pastor's family also attends the same church, but somehow she didn't know he was married or see a ring on his finger. That just sounds pretty far-fetched to me. When the news first broke, Katie came out to say that the reason the pastor got fired was because his son is gay. Now, as if this wasn't weird enough, the son she spoke about was a minor. So if she was right about him being gay, she just put his orientation on blast without his consent. And on the other hand, if she was wrong, she basically lied about a minor just to save her own face. Either way, that's a pretty bad look. The church actually then came out to say that what Katie said wasn't true. But this actually wasn't the first time that Katie got canceled out for lying. This happened on quite a few occasions. But the one that sticks out the most is when she said her mom was a lawyer. But then it came out that she actually wasn't a lawyer and she had a desk job. Honestly, Katie has been involved in a lot of controversies over the years. It's seriously crazy and really bizarre. Like I said, I could probably go on and on. What do you guys think about everything I covered? What do you think about KT? And what's your opinion on her newest relationship?